everyone, it's Louise with Louise McCart, and I'm back to do a Valentine's pour, and we'll see if this comes out, because I'm doing it literally on February 13th, because I've been busy. I've been out of town last week. I went out to the Outer Banks of North Carolina to visit with some old classmates and other women from West Point from the classes of 85, 84, and 83, of which I'm in the class of 84. So it was really fun. So I've kind of been MIA for a bit. So what I've got here is a little heart, round, or heart, piece of wood. And I've got my colors I'm going to play with today. I'm going to be using the Multi-Pro, my usual go-to pillow paint. And with it I've got my Anthraquinone blue combined with some shading gray. Now some of these paints have been sitting, well, they've all been sitting around all week, so they're a little bit thicker than they were. This is Dioxazine purple. This is my Bordeaux red. This is Extreme Sheens Rose Quartz with a little bit of Arteza's Pearl Pink. This is Golden's Quinacridone Nickel Gold, followed up with some gold. So the idea here is I'm going to lay down something on this pillow and I'm going to either blow it out or swipe it out. I don't know yet, but we'll get back and I'll lay down the pillow and we'll be back in a second to see what we get here. Okay, so I'm on take two of Valentine's Day heart. I decided I just didn't like it enough, and if I didn't like it, what's the point of continuing on? So I'm making another one, and I'm going to do this one totally differently. I might show the first one, I don't know. I might not. So I do decide to show the first one. How I laid it out was in the shape of a heart and had the open space in the middle, and then I blew it out like a Dutch pour. And I quickly realized that this was not a good way of blowing this out, because I ended up with a big pool of white pillow paint in the middle that I had to actually suck up with a syringe. And that blue I had just did not work right with the rest of these colors. So when it was all said and done, this is about how it looked before I decided to scrape it all off. Now back to number 2. So I'm going to change my color palette and my approach. So let's go. Let's start with the purple. I'm gonna make it like a Dutch pour. Why is this spinning? It means it's not level. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's just try something different here. Kind of a heart in a Y shape, which, if you have a heart, you might be asking yourself, why, oh why, am I involved in this relationship? Or why, what happened? All right. This purple is probably going to take over the place because the purple is very strong. All right, the red. The red, the Bordeaux red, which is a beautiful color. It is opaque on top of that Dioxazine purple that is transparent. I might have to put a little more red on because my red last time hardly showed up at all. Yeah. am just literally flying by the seat of my pants on this one. My Nickel Lasso Gold. And hopefully I get one that I like here. And the gold. Let's put a little more red on top of all of this, guys. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I am just going to blow it out, and blow it out. See what happens. And let's do some white cell activator, and I'll just pour it out of there. Oops, something got in there. What dripped in? This is going to run me out of cell activator. No, not quite. And the black. I got to work quickly. Hair dryer, high and cool. So I'm going to voice over this so you don't need to hear the drone of the hair dryer as I'm blowing it out. And I do have the concentrator at the end of this, and I'm just blowing out each of the 3 prongs as I go here. And right away I can see that the color combination on this one is so much better than what I did on the first one. So sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and scrape and repeat, because in the end I'm really happy with this one. Much better. Much better than my last one. So let me get some of this paint and use it for the flow. Gotta have the flow paint so when you get ready to stretch it, the paint knows where to go and doesn't run over itself as it's spreading out. Oh, getting rid of that blue was critical. Come on. I need more paint. Come on, come on. Okay, I think I've got my edges pretty covered here. Got a little negative space, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I like this one. Okay. Oops, got a little more space down here. It needs to be covered up. Okay. We're on to something with this one. It's really pretty. All right, everyone, I'm going to pick up the pace here. I'm going to double time. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just running the palette knife through some of the gaps and just kind of making the flow a little better, at least in my eye, before I spin it out. And I'm going to let the music play. So one of the things I'm explaining through here is holding that hair dryer and blowing it through the paint. And as you're blowing it, you're kind of jiggling it as you're guiding the paint and pushing it through, much like Molly does. Everybody knows who Molly is. Versus just holding the hair dryer straight and flat and having a plume come out, but not a full plume that you get when you jiggle it. Gotta clean the edges. And when you clean the edges, you have to be very careful because, as I mentioned in prior videos, this house paint snaps back. It's very tacky. And if you pull it out and not away and down, it could snap back right into your piece, and you don't want that, especially if you like what you got. So I didn't think I'd be doing a Valentine's Day, but I will hopefully have this uploaded tomorrow, just in time for the big day. Yes, this one is really pretty. Oh, it is really pretty. It's dynamic. And I don't like bragging, passing judgment on my own stuff because it's kind of not fair. Although, you know what? I pass judgment on it when I don't like it too, so I guess it is fair. See how easily I can convince myself. Oh, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm gonna hold it up. Let's see, let's hold it up like this. So there we go. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hope you have a beautiful day. So thanks for tuning in. Here are the wet results. I wanted to show you up close a little bit, showing the cells and the lacing in this, and the color combination just worked out really nicely. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the bell and you'll get all my latest art tutorials. I upload about 3 a week. And until next time, take care. Hope you have a great Valentine's night.